Hey, YouTube, it's Aethros back again with the Aethos updates, and I just wanted to give a little updates, and I just wanted to give a little thought on what it means to have a Cavalier difficulty. I've heard a lot of people say, well, why don't we just give a Cavalier difficulty, or why don't we just, that would just change everything, and that would make everybody interested again. And while I think that may hold people's interest for a little while, I think you have to understand from Kabam's side of things, and I'm not a Kabam show for any stretch of the imagination, but I just think you need to understand why they're not doing it, because it'd be easy. Same champions on the paths, same paths. All it is you're predicting the reward structure. But let's go look at the reward structure for a second, right? And I want you to keep this number in mind, 2.5, right? I want you to keep the number 2.5 in your head, right? Let's go look at the rewards, okay? You get 2,000 for exploration, 5-star shards, and no 5-star shards for completion. You get a 4-star shard and 25% of another 4-star, right? And then let's go look at uncollected, right? So you get 5250, and then you get 5-star shards here, right? You get 5-star shards here, 5-star shards here. 7,500 5-star shards. So you go from a master, 2,000, 2250, 2750, right? So you get 2750 to 7,500. Somewhere in the ballpark of 2.5 times the amount, right? But where else do we see this 2.5 times, right? We see it in, let's go to our inventory for a second. Let's go to ISO. 171 for a tier 2, to 423 to a tier 3. In the realm of 2.5 times the amount. 423 to 1,010. In the realm of 2.5 times the amount. 1,010 to 2,500. In the realm of 2.5 times the amount, right? You see the same thing if you were to go to try to use the ISO instead of just sell it for gold, right? 2.5 times the amount, okay? So let's consider for just a second what that would mean for the game, right? So if you were to go to uncollected and you went from 0 to 2,500, right? So for 6-star shards, so let's say for sake of argument that you dumped 2.5 times the amount of rewards for the level in which you do. Now you go from 7,500, right? You went 2.5 times the amount of that. So you're at 15,000. You're at what? 23 to 24,000 5-star shards, and you're at 6,500, 6,750 for the 6-star shards, right? Now let's consider that for a second. Okay, you're basically for just those two events little over 4 or 5-star shards and almost a full 6-star. Kabam values are 6 stars, right? And I'm not saying that the value isn't too high or too low. I think it is definitely way too high. But think about them from their model standpoint. They're trying to make sure that they don't have to put out 7 stars too soon. If you flood the market with 6 stars too soon, for the majority of players, I mean, yes, the whales have these crazy accounts with almost all the 6 stars and have them duped, but I grind arenas every week, day in, day out, and I'm at 23 6 stars. There's 80 or 90 of them in there. They're not as easy to come by for most players. Most players don't have 10 grand to spend on this game a month, right? If you go from putting a quarter of a 6-star every month to now putting 1 6-star every month, right? Now you've changed the value of it significantly, right? And if you do that, then it's worth less. Not worth less, but worth less money. A 6-star is worth less. It's worth right now about $110 or so. It's what they value it at. You put 1 a month in for just doing some content that most people have the heroes to do, then you change the meta. You change the value of what 6 stars are. And Kabam says, well, okay, let's start working on 7 stars. And then you're starting over again. And I don't think the community really wants that right now. right? Do I think the reward structure should change? Yes. I got a video coming out on that in the next day or two on how they could really actually change the reward structure where it wouldn't kill their economy and kill their bottom line, right? But be pro player as well. That's what my love letter series is about, is changing things pro player, but still allowing Kabam to be a business that is successful, right? But how many tier 2 alphas are you going to give? How many tier 5 basics, right? I mean, if you're doing 2.5 times the amount, 9,000, now you're talking about adding another 21,000 there. Now you're at 30,000 for a month for tier 5 basic. That's not including what you can get in the Glory store for Alliance Quest. And while you're saying, well, that's still only one a month, right? Well, that's 2/3 of one from just the Event Quest. Between map 7, map 6, for tier 5 basic anyways, map 7, map 6, crystals, and the Glory store. And you could really get a lot very quickly, right? But therein lies the problem with what I was talking about in my episode 4, is that, okay, let's say you do add all these. They're just going to sit in my overflow, right? Let's go look at my overflow for a second, right? Let's go look at my catalyst. Right, look at my overflow. Look at all the tier 1 alphas. Now, I don't have a lot of tier 4 class catalysts. I have some tier 4 basics. I just level up a couple new champions that I just got. But let's go look at my crystals for a sec. Right? Look at this. Okay? I can't use 3-star signature stones anymore. Right? Look at these tier 4 class catalyst fragments. 172. Why would I open them? I've got my inventory is full of tier 4 class catalysts, right? I can't sell them for tier 5 class catalysts because they value that to be able to rank 3 heroes at 6 stars. I can't use them. Why am I going to open them? I've got no reason to. Go watch my episode 4. If you did that, if you do what I'm talking about and providing us incentive to rank at these champions, I would do that, right? What else would you do? Look at all these class 1 catalyst fragments and the class 2 catalyst fragments. Can't use them. Tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals. Can't use them. They're just going to sit in overflow and they're going to be wasted, right? And so I just think that, like, and then go here for a second. Look, 19 million gold, right? 760,000. I'd love to spend some of this gold. I'd love to use it. But I'm not ranking up Netflix Daredevil or Kamala Khan. They serve no purpose. But I've offered you, Kabam, a solution that would allow you to cause players to use the champions, right? And I'll even compound on that, right? Is that you could take the same model I'm talking about in episode 4 and apply it to paths in Event Quest. And every time you complete a path, the rewards increase for you in uncollected. So now you don't have to put out a Cavalier, right? You could just change the structure of it. I've got tons of ideas for you, Kabam. I just wish you'd take notice and listen. Because if you don't, you're going to lose this game. You're going to lose your community, and it's not going to be good for your business model. And people, you just think people are just going to run to MROC when it comes out? There was another Marvel game I used to play, and they promoted their next version of it, and the next version didn't do well because it was something that was maybe a little too different, a little too much, and everybody's having to start over, and people just didn't have the grind. I mean, people have invested years into this game, right? And have to start completely over from scratch with another game. Some people just don't have the patience for that. It's not what they're looking for. I think, Kabam, if you really want to change stuff, I've got some great ideas. I think you need to stand and listen. But for those of you that are wondering why they haven't put in a Cavalier difficulty, and one last thing too is, what do you do with side event quests? Well, actually, two last things. What do you do with side event quests? Are you going to add a different version of this as Epic? And think about this for a sec right now. In this Epic Red Rift, if you got extremely lucky and got 1,000 6-star shards on every epic rift, I think there's 18 of them, you'd almost have 2 6-stars. Right now, is that likely? Probably not, but it's theoretical, right? Let's say you got 10 of them, you got a 6-star just from that. Now you're going to take 2.5 times those rewards for Cavalier. What if you had 18 of those at 2,500 apiece? I mean, that's 4.5 6-stars, right? The D values of 6-stars again. On top of that, let's look at this, the rewards, right? In Master, if I go to Chapter 1 and I go to Quest 1, I get units for completion and exploration. But if I go to Uncollected, and the same thing, oops, no units. So do you then go back in and put units back in Uncollected? Well, now that changes things, right? Look at the gold you get, 250 and 550 for completing Uncollected, right? Let's go to the same one here, right? 250 and 550 for completing Master. You're saying the value is the same? I'm making the argument that it shouldn't be, and I think that you should get more for Uncollected because it's more stress and more work, right? But it's the same value, and you don't get units in Uncollected. So do you then, if you put in a Cavalier, then do you then put in units? Well, now, even though it's a slight change, you're devaluing the unit value slightly, right? So it's not just as easy as just putting up the content. Yeah, sure, they could put the content up there, just increase the pi values. Yeah, that's easy. Add another node or two on the boss, like that's easy. Kabam knows that's easy. What's difficult is the ramifications of the reward structures that they've set up, right? And how to change that. I've offered ideas to them. I hope they listen. If you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm not in the content creator program, but I think that a lot of content creator program needs more of this, right? Needs more of the actual solutions, not just the what I'd like to see, right? What I'd like to see is you need to change the reward structure. No, you need more than that. Clearly they're out of ideas, right? And on how they can stay profitable as well as pro player. That's what I'm offering here. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you. I've got another couple episodes I want to film today and tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be back with a couple more on actual reward structures and a follow-up to the How to Make It Fun game, and one for Alliance Quest as well. So see you guys soon.